Good morning, students. In the previous video, we saw about the first part of this chapter, that is lesson number 10, Hero Worship, in which we saw about how people adore their heroes in life in various sectors. Today, we'll continue with the same chapter. The next portion over here is how heroes are of different kinds. We saw one or two examples in which one was Gandhiji, one was Mother Teresa, who were giving selfless service to the society. They are our real life heroes, universal heroes. Here we have one more category in which cheap popularity is there among people. Those are heroes of another kind. That is, there are some people in this world who are very popular because of cheap reasons, not reasons which are valid. They are always after power and money. They have a cheap and vulgar show of the power and money. The fame which they are having is only fake. And this is due to the senseless use of money and position in their lives. This money is of the common people like us. They are misusing this money of the public and position, and they are behaving as if they are life-size heroes. That is, they are the heroes in public figure, but in reality, they are nothing. They are only fake people. So students, we have to recognize the difference between the ones who are truly serving the society. They have to be our heroes. They have to be our examples, not the ones who are fake like this. Then, these people are the ones who only help their own friends and relatives. They don't help the people, those are poor and needy. And they look after, they run after their own name and fame. That is, they want to increase their name and power in the society and become great. And what all things they are doing which is wrong? They are evading taxes. Evade tax means they are not paying the taxes in the correct proper order. And they are taking that money and using it for their own purposes. They are buying costly gifts from people or for themselves they are buying. And they are forging documents. Forging documents means they are doing something which is very wrong. Lawfully it is wrong. Legally, documents have to be correct. If you are doing something which is fake, artificial, it is known as forging the official documents. And cheap government. That is, they are not properly utilizing their power. They are misusing the money as well as their position in society. And this way, they are spending crores of rupees for themselves. They are not doing anything for the society. They are only doing for their own purpose, for their friends and for their relatives. And the original thing is that the money should reach the needy people. That is not possible over here. Where? In this case, where heroes are only working for their own good. Such people don't give the money to the needy and the underprivileged. They do everything for themselves. So here, we should see to it that heroes should be there for us only for our inspiration. You should not be a fan of anybody in life. You should only be inspired by some person in your life. Thousands of people are there who serve the society, but they don't run after fame and money. They have no glamour in their lives. They live a simple life. They spend their lives for others. We should take the example of such people in our lives. Gandhiji always looked for greatness in ordinary ones, in ordinary people. He did not want people to be much famous due to their power and fame. He always told, act is not important, your attitude is important. How you behave, your manners, that is very important. And he was much inspired by the selfless sacrifice of people, especially the poor farmers and women in the society. He was much inspired by them. There is an example given in a textbook of one of his tours. Once when he went on a tour to Orissa, he was roaming in villages after villages. When he went to one of the villages, a large gathering came to listen to his preaching. When he was preaching, the topic there was Khadi. He was preaching for the Khadi Foundation for collection of money. He spoke there about the importance of Khadi. A large gathering, large number of people had gathered there. When he completed his speech, an old lady stood up from amongst the audience. When she stood up from amongst the audience, she began to walk towards Gandhiji. And she was stopped by the volunteers there. Now what happens here? The volunteers stopped her, but she was reluctant. She wanted to meet Gandhiji. So she went there. She told them, I wanted to have your darshan, that is vision, and she touched his feet. Then she took out a coin and offered it to him. Gandhiji was surprised. He thought, this poor old lady is offering me a coin. So he took the coin and kept it with him. Now next to him, Jamarlal Bajaj was sitting. He was the one who handled his cash matters. He told him to give him the coin to him so that he would credit the coin. But Gandhiji refused to do so. He told, I will not give this coin to you. So Jamarlal asked, why? I am handling thousands of rupees of Khadi Foundation and keeping it with me. Don't you trust me regarding this single coin? So Gandhiji replied, this coin is worth more than thousands of rupees. Rich people contributed thousands from their wealth, amounting to lakhs of rupees. But this poor lady has contributed perhaps the only coin that was left with her. So it is much more than crores of rupees. So Gandhi is giving value to that single coin. Why? Because she gave it out of her poverty. Rich people give out of their lavishness, but poor people give from what little bit they are having. So he valued that greatness of that old lady. So from this example, we can understand Gandhi did not value money and fame much in his life. Then his vision or Gandhian understanding of greatness was totally different, as we saw in this chapter. He did not want to appreciate what others thought to be great and elegant or grand. Why? Because he thought that simple things are the best ones. For example, if you see a textbook, it's given there, when he visited Paris, the world famous Eiffel Tower could not arouse much curiosity in him. He was not much amused by that. Why? He thought, what purpose is this monument serving in the world? So he thought it to be a toy of exhibition. For us, it's a wonder of the world, but for him, it was a toy of exhibition. According to Tolstoy, Leo Tolstoy's opinion, Eiffel Tower is a monument of man's folly and not man's wisdom. Folly is the opposite of wisdom, students, foolishness. So, according to Leo Tolstoy, this monument, Eiffel Tower, is man's foolishness and not wisdom of man. So, Gandhiji was in same terms with this topic here. He was also not impressed by the Taj Mahal. We see it as a wonder of the world. But for him, he said that many poor laborers had to work for its construction under difficult situation. So, the glamour of this Taj Mahal is not important to me. Why? Because the poor laborers are suffering much, or they suffered much in those days to make it such a successful monument. So, students, we conclude with this chapter. We saw how Gandhiji's philosophy of greatness is different. How he used to implement in his life that hero worship is not to be done by any of us. We should only like and be inspired by good people, those who serve the society selflessly. Go through the chapter properly, read it properly, and write out the answers from the PDF file. Thank you.